morning, students. In this video we are going to see about two types of EJB. First, last video we saw about session we know. The remaining two types, entity bean and message driven bean, are explained here. Entity bean, it represents persistent data storage. So user data can be saved to the database via this and later can be retrieved from the database in the entity bean. So entity beans maintain persistent data. So entity bean represents a set of persistent data. Actually, like in a database, all the user data are stored here. It is used for storage, and afterwards we can read that data also. And entity beans is identified by the primary key and provides services to the multiple clients simultaneously. And that's the relationship between the other entity beans also. And they are the function of real world entities. So model means entity and its relationship with other entity beans. So that all the details are stored in EJB jar.xml file. So an entity bean can have other entity bean types. So it can be a message driven or session beans. And it is accessed directly by the web component. To clients uses that entity bean to access data in the persistent storage. So by using this we can access data in the persistent storage, and it encapsulates the mechanisms from the client. Example, in the last video we saw about employee details are stored in the internet. Employee details are stored and retrieved, so that everything is handled by this entity bean. And with the help of this entity bean only, everything is happening. After updation, it is stored in the storage and all, everything handled by this entity bean. And what is the difference between BMP and CMP in that entity bean? CMP means container managed persistence, BMP means bean managed persistence. Here CMP means everything is handled by the container. So from the name itself, CMP means container managed persistence. So as a developer, we no need to worry about data access logic and all. Everything is handled by the EJB server. And so that's only given here for the CMP bean developer. There is no need to worry about JDBC code, transaction and everything. In context, BMP means developer has the responsibility of all the things, databases and everything. Another difference is that container managed persistence and bean managed persistence is that there is container. CMP uses the EJB query language. On the other hand, bean managed persistence, developer has to write the data code either in EJB or in DAO. And so there is a challenge in BMP means there is a challenge to the developer. In CMP means everything handled by that container, but BMP is a challenge to the developer only. And then the person is using CMP, the thing is they have to need an application server. And then bean managed persistence offer a tactical approach, whereas container managed persistence offer a more strategic approach. Next thing is in BMP, developer is everything is responsible for the developer, but here in CMP, vendor takes care of all these things. And then person will be able to optimize the queries in BMP. BMP is person, the developer will be the responsible. He has to optimize the queries and everything. And then it is very hard for them, for the developers, to handle all these things. And a person using CMP cannot optimize the performance. So what is a vendor who takes care of everything. So in summary, for the CMP bean developer, there is no need to worry about JDBC code and transactions, and also all the database connectivity, everything is handled by the container. So in BMP, it will have the responsibility of the transaction and all. BMP means bean managed, developer is the responsibility. And then CMP uses an EJB query language, but in BMP, developer writes data code in EJB or in DAO format. In the bean managed persistence, it is a tactical approach. CMP is a more strategic approach. In CMP, they have to need a server, but BMP, and then In BMP, it's a developer who handles everything. So BMP is handled by the developer, and CMP is everything is handled by the container. The thing is, they need a separate server for that. Next thing is message driven bean, and they are used in the context of Java message service. They consume JMS message from the external entities and act accordingly. They implement loosely coupled business logic. Message driven bean. It implements loosely coupled or asynchronous business logic, in which the response to a request may not be immediate. Here, response will be given, but it won't be immediate. Okay, and it receives the messages from the queue, JMS message queue, and performs business logic based on the message content. It is an asynchronous interface between EJP and JMS. Throughout its life cycle, the message driven bean can process messages from, so whatever the client requests, it will give the response for different messages, although not simultaneously. Suddenly it won't respond. So it does not retain state for a distinct client. No client state will not be stored here. All the instances of a message driven bean are equivalent. So container only takes the responsibility and assign a message to any MDB instance. So the container can pool that instances and allow streams of messages to be processed. So everything is handled by this container only. Even in the last range also, we saw that in that CMP also, that is handled by the container message driven bean. Here also the response, everything is message, sending of messages, processing messages, everything is handled by this container only. So EJB container interacts directly with that message driven bean and creating instances and passing messages to the instances as necessary. And then at the deployment time, so this container creates bean instances at deployment time and removing of instances during operation based on message traffic. And so message traffic, everything is handled by the container in this message driven bean. For example, in an online application, so many orders are coming. So that processing, everything is handled by this message driven bean. So while taking the customer order, always results in placing the supplier order. The steps are loosely coupled. It is not necessary to generate order before conforming. Okay. So everything, if even in the traffic time also, this driven bean handles everything and sends messages to the multiple users. It is acceptable or beneficial for customer orders to stack up before the orders are issued. Okay, so everything is handled by this message driven bean. So many sending messages and handling and everything is handled by this container only.